Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're taking a look at the toughest battles from every mainline Pokemon game. Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Lance, Pokemon Red and Blue, and Pokemon Yellow. The original Pokemon games that started an obsession for millions of kids that continues to this day. Generation 1 introduced us to what has always been one of the strongest Pokemon types, Dragon. We know that Psychic is borderline unfair in these games, but we can't deny that Elite Four leader Lance's squad of Dragon types gave us a run for our money. Subsequent remakes iterated on his team of 5, but the OG release gave him a Gyarados, 2 Dragonairs, an Aerodactyl, and of course, Dragonite. While these aren't all strictly Dragon type, they're Dragon adjacent and extremely powerful. The real challenge is finding either an Ice type or another Dragon type Pokemon to exploit Lance's team's weakness, and those are few and far between in the Kanto region. Red, Pokemon Gold and Silver, and Pokemon Crystal. One of the most daunting trainer battles in the second generation of Pokemon sees you facing off against Red, the protagonist of the Kanto games. Sporting some of the highest leveled Mons the series has, and we'll see for a while, this unassuming little kid will wipe the floor with you if you're not sufficiently prepared. Luckily, you won't be able to battle Red until after Professor Oak has given you access to the summit of Mount Silver, which is very, very late in the game, so your training for this battle will happen naturally. His level 81 Pikachu is particularly menacing, so we recommend still grinding a little bit just in case. Steven Stone, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, and Pokemon Emerald. The champion of the Hoenn region, Steven Stone is a Steel-type master in these games' hardest trainer battle of these games. Sporting powerful stab moves, or same type attack bonus, entry hazards, and naturally built-in high defense, the son of the Devon Corporation president is a worthy opponent for those training to be the very best like no one ever was. In Pokemon Emerald, Wally has taken over as champion, but you can still find and battle Steven in Meteor Falls after taking down the Pokemon League. He has the same team as his Ruby and Sapphire counterpart, but these Pokemon's levels are in the high 70s compared to the high 50s in the previous games. Train accordingly. Cynthia, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and Pokemon Platinum. Yeah, Cynthia's Garchomp gave us all nightmares when we were younger, especially mine. With crazy high speed and monstrous physical attack, the Landshark Pokemon was one of the toughest Pokemon battles in all the games up until this point. Her team of 6 is also composed of some of the most diverse types in the series, with Spiritomb having no weaknesses due to its unique Ghost and Dark type. In Pokemon Platinum, Cynthia trades out the Water and Ground type Gastrodon for Togekiss, another special attacking powerhouse that makes her even more formidable. Ghetsis, Pokemon Black and White. The big bad of the 5th generation of Pokemon, Ghetsis is the leader of Team Plasma and a certified psychopath. His ultimate goal is total control over the Unova region and to have the power over Pokemon directly. Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. In battle, he is just as formidable. His team consists of a wide variety of Pokemon types, all leveled in the low 50s range. The mighty Dark Dragon Hydreigon is the centerpiece of his team, and will likely wipe the floor with your team if you're under-leveled. With the amount of Pokemon on Ghetsis' team that have a fighting type weakness, it would behoove a young Pokemon trainer such as yourself to invest in one in the early game. Valerie, Pokemon X and Y. Pokemon fans spent a whopping 14 years between generations 2 and 6 not needing to worry about brand new Pokemon types, easily memorizing matchups and weaknesses over that time. When Pokemon X and Y was released in 2013, it brought with it an all-new Fairy type, opening the floodgates for a wider variety of Pokemon designs and updating older monsters with this type, like Jigglypuff and Granbull to name a couple. The game's 6th gym leader, Valerie, a master of fairy types, takes full advantage of this, making even veteran players scramble to figure out that fairy types are weak to steel and poison, while strong against dragon, dark, and fighting types. Aside from this, Valerie's team is a strong trio of heavy-hitting special attackers, headlined by the fan favorite, Sylveon. Lusamine, Pokemon Sun and Moon. The founder of the Aether Foundation in the Alola region, Lusamine also serves as this generation's primary antagonist and offers a unique spin this time around. Throughout the game's story, she pursues the Ultra Beast Nihilego, fusing with the legendary monster towards the endgame. Once merged, her eclectic team of powerful Pokemon, including Milotic and Clefable, get considerable stat boosts. Her team of 5 are all level 50, and you should be around there too, ideally, and be sure to bring a team with good type coverage to take her down. Raihan, Pokemon Sword and Shield. The toughest gym leader in the Galar region, Hammerlock's Raihan is the final challenge before the Elite Four and the rival of region champion Leon. With a proclivity for weather-based strategies, Raihan employs powerful dragons as well, like Flygon and the Gigantamaxed Duraludon. It's best to take advantage of Raihan's Sandstorm with abilities like Sand Veil offering a stat boost. Other than that, bring your best type matchups and grind away. All of his Pokemon are beefy with high defense tanks. Oh, and this is also a double battle, just FYI, so strategize accordingly. Arceus, Pokemon Legends, Arceus. A change of pace from the tough and diabolical trainer battles we're used to, the titular Pokemon deity is also this game's hardest challenge. Even unlocking this fight is a challenge in itself, as not only will you have to progress through the game's entire story, you will also have to complete the game's Pokédex in order to do so. Like the previous bosses throughout the game, there's a real-time battle segment where you have to wear down Arceus' yellow health bar before entering the traditional turn-based section. Here, Arceus employs the devastating attack Judgment, which will change types depending on the type of plate it's holding. It's always been good to know when and when not to switch Pokemon throughout the franchise's history, but in Legends Arceus, it could mean the difference between victory and defeat. AI Turo and AI Sada, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The most recent mainline entry in the series, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet took the open world concept from Legends Arceus and sprinkled in the traditional Pokemon flair we've come to expect throughout the years. At the end of the game's main story in the Great Crater of Paldea, you'll face off against the AI counterparts of either Professor Sada or Turo, depending on which version you're playing. Both of their teams consist of Paradox Pokemon, beefed up versions of already powerful monsters with new typings, abilities, and movesets. Their teams are all leveled into the mid-60s and sport a wide variety of types, so it's recommended to bring your strongest team and grind some levels out before making your way down here. But what do you think of our picks? Did any other legendary Pokemon or tough trainers give you a hard time? Let us know down in the comments below.